It supports, I mean, they have a prescription business electronic lodgement system called Premier. So you need to create an e-account for that. Now the sponsor can create the e-account and can give you access to it. So sitting in Thailand, you can still upload the dossier rather than sending it to the sponsor and the sponsor uploading it. So that facility is also there. So the sponsor can get to you a second username ID, a login for this system, and then you can, use it in any country. You can, I mean, you are sitting in any country and you can still upload the documents to the system. And it supports both electronic CTD and non-eCTD electronic submission as well. But in this one, if you are an overseas manufacturer and you select that particular category, then a GMP clearance ID or a reference number must be provided. So you need to have a TGA GMP prior to putting the system, prior to lodging the application in the system. And during the registration, there are no samples required. Now, Australia has very distinct 8 milestones during the registration. 8 milestones in the regulatory process. So they have milestone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The milestone 1 is a pre-submission. This is something which they insist on, and it would be very good if the company can have a pre-submission meeting before they start, to express their interest and brief the TGA on what product they intend to submit. Then there is a submission milestone, and there is a first round assessment. And then section 31 is basically request for information or deficiencies. Then consolidated section request response. Then there is a second round assessment. Then there is an expert advisory review if required by TGA. The TGA can send it to experts if they feel that it is required, but if they don't feel, then this step can be skipped. Then there is a decision period, and then there is a post decision. So like we discussed, there are 8 phases with 8 milestones, and these are basically the milestones which they expect. So pre-submission, they expect that you should at least do it 1.5 to 2 months prior to your intention to submit. Then there is a submission phase, then these are the first round assessment, then the response to query, then the second round, then the expert advisory review if required, then there is a decision. So total time would be around 10 to 14 months before you can get an approval. And the category 2 is that TGA makes use of assessment from comparable overseas regulators where possible in the regulation of prescription medicines. So these are the countries where TGA has already, accepted them as a comparable regulator, comparable to the TGA. So that is Canada, Japan, Singapore, Switzerland, UK, US, and EU. And in EU, they mostly talk about the centralized or decentralized process, not the national registration. If you have a national registration, you cannot. So basically, you need in more than one member state. So if you have a registration of a product in more than one member state, then you can go to the European Union. You can apply for TGA. So basically, just to give an example, that suppose if your product is registered in Singapore and you would like to register in Australia, assuming that you already have the TGA approval for Australia, GMP approval for TG from the TGA, then TGA would request this information from them, from Singapore. So you need to provide the comprehensive details of all studies submitted and assessed, initial quality and clinical reports, question from the regulator to the market authorization holder, and the answers which HSA had provided to the applicant, and the answer applicant had given to HSA. Then what was the HSA assessment of response to questions, final quality and clinical summaries of meeting with HSA if there was any, an approval letter, and post-marketing review. So they would request this information from the HSA, or the applicant needs to get this information from HSA and provide to TGA. So similarly, they would ask for information from from this other countries as well. So this is just an example I have given, that for, like, if you take Singapore, which is our neighbor, so if the product is approved there, this is what it would be required. Then they have two approaches in this comparable overseas regulatory. One is they call it a Core A and Core B. Core A is within 1 year, that if you have got an approval in Singapore, assuming Singapore, then and if you apply within 1 year to TGA, then the assessment time is only 120 days. But if you have got the approval in Singapore, which is more than 1 year old, and then you decide to apply to TGA, then it takes around 175 days. The reason why it takes longer beyond 1 year is because they expect, because during after 1 year, because they have to prove that the product which you have registered in Singapore is the same one which you are now. So they have to do more review of the documents when they apply to the TGA. Because if it is more time in Singapore, you would have filed variations, you would have done some other things, So it would require a longer number of days for evaluation. So the registration fees are, the application fee is Australian dollars around 19,000, and the evaluation fees around $76,000. So total around $100,000 you can anticipate. And even for Core A and Core B, the fees are similar, and they do not have a renewal fee. You have to pay an annual charge. So there is no renewal like every 3 years or 5 years, and you have to continue paying an annual charge. The GMP requirements, like TGA has implemented PE 00914. So that is the latest edition which they have implemented. And due to the MRA, they accept the GMP certification from EU, Canada, New Zealand, Singapore, Switzerland, UK. But this is, for the MRA, if the manufacturer is situated within this country, then only the MRA works. We in Thailand, for us, we become as a other country, or we become they call it as a third country. So if we are in third country, we will be audited by TGA, even though we may have a EU GMP, or we may have a Singapore GMP, or we may have a Canada GMP, doesn't matter. But TGA will audit the companies in Thailand, because we fall under the third country. So there is no MRA between these countries for a third country. Okay, so audit would be mandatory, would happen in this case.